Hi, guys.
Hi, how are you, Dana?
Awesome. How are you?
I'm doing really well. Good to see you.
Good to see
and
you.
great to be here as part of this incredible card. 30-year anniversary this weekend. For you personally, how big is this achievement, knowing that things are just growing and growing?
It's so big that I keep forgetting about it until you say it to me. Yeah, I forgot it's 30, but yeah, it's obviously awesome, but I'm always looking at what's next. So I don't really sit around and pat ourselves on the back and look around too much.
Probably the part of the reason for the success, but obviously we're very excited about Tom Aspinall this weekend. When a fight of the magnitude of John Jones and Stipe falls out, and then you manage to put together this huge fight for us, how impressed are you with both of Sergey and Tom in taking this on just 2 weeks' notice?
Yeah, I mean this has been a trend lately. Unfortunately, this happened to us back in like 13 or 14 too. We had this like injury bug going around and it wasn't like a couple of fights in the middle. It's like the main and co-main event has been happening. So. This is a very well-oiled machine. We pull stuff together, and obviously the fighters for stepping up to the plate the way that they all have is unbelievable. And when you think about it, for people who know, people who really know the fight game, this is a badass heavyweight fight. It's obviously John Jones, the greatest of all time, versus the greatest heavyweight of all time. That fight's still going to happen. But for people that are in the know, this is a ridiculous fight. And the main event today, I mean, that stare down is one of the best stare downs I've ever seen.
It was intense, but let me just pick up on that a second about, obviously we're still going to see John Jones and Stipe. Usually when you have an interim champion, they get the next shot for the undisputed title, but in this situation it will probably be a little bit different. Do you see a case where either Tom or Sergey are sitting out for a while, or they even defend an interim belt, for example? Yeah,
they possibly could defend an interim belt, but the Stipe-Jones fight needs to happen. Like I said, the greatest heavyweight of all time versus the greatest mixed martial artist of all time. They're both at a place in their careers and an age where that's the fight that needs to happen.
And you talked about in the main event, the intense stare down, but we've got two characters, if you like, with very interesting styles. And Alex Pereira has a chance to become a double weight champion, which is obviously a small club of fighters, and to do it again at Madison Square Garden. I mean, it's a huge opportunity for both of them.
It's fascinating, too, when you think about that guy. If you looked how big he was today, he fought a weight class down. That's insane. But yeah, two badass dudes, incredible face-off, and I expect the fight to be even better than the face-off.
We haven't had much trash talk this week. I feel like it's one of those weeks where the fighting's going to do all the talking. Are you getting that same sense?
Could not agree with you more. Yeah, these fights don't need any trash talking. You know how these are going to go down. So, all these guys are super respectful and super badass.
Do you have a sleeper fight on this card?
Do I have a what?
A sleeper fight, one not to miss?
I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head. Yeah.
And just quickly I don't want to look forward too.
There's like 10 sleeper fights on this card.
There usually are, and I don't want to look ahead too much, but I know you've announced some big fights for the start of next year, but also we've got 296 in Vegas, and that card is absolutely stacked. And of course for us, Leon Edwards defending his title. Just a little nod towards the end of the year and how excited fans should be about that finale card, if you like.
Yeah, 23 has been a great year, and every year I say to myself, how are we going to beat last year? How are we going to beat last year? But we always seem to do. And I always love to have a big, the finale, if you will, like a fireworks show at the end of the year. So yeah, that's it for us. And then we'll have a gap, have some time off for the holidays, and then roll right into next year with some great fights.